Everybody talking about this Syrian.
We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Shout out to y'all for being here on time. Him is here, but he ain't here. He handling some business real fast.
Okay.
But what's up with y'all, man? How y'all Sunday going?
Everything smooth. I'm getting
How's
dressed.
y'all holiday
It's
weekend,
going.
man?
It's going.
Y'all play with fireworks?
Not this
Fireworks is
year.
a waste of money.
Fireworks
It
is a
is.
waste of
Not this
money,
year.
You really
and I
burning
don't believe
shit
y'all need to
there.
be blowing y'all fingers off playing with the motherfuckers.
Oh.
Let's get this thing, I guess, kicked off because who gonna be here is here, I guess. I had y'all can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do some like current events. I guess we can talk for I actually been meaning to talk about this for like 2-3 weeks now. Billionaire Mark Cuban, also the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, has launched a war against big pharmaceutical companies. So recently in 2022, he started his own online pharmacy where over 100 life-saving medications are offered at a low cost. He charges a standard 15% markup in the industry that typically sees no less than 100% markup. So, like a life-saving leukemia medicine drug is typically like $9,657, right? But he charging $47 for that medicine. So, shout out to Mark Cuban.
You said how much that stuff regularly costs? You said $9,000
$9,657
for a prescription. That shit and he
for
lowered it down to
leukemia,
$47.
a life-saving medication.
Yeah, right.
Mark Cuban is only selling it for $47. So I definitely appreciate the movement that he pushing because big farm be taxing motherfuckers and making this shit unaffordable.
Yeah,
Um,
they sure do.
the diabetic medication and shit, like my mama gotta have 2 insurances to cover the medication for my little brother. Like it's real out here,
That's doing hella shit.
right?
Yeah. When my dad had his triple bypass, his medications, one of his medications was $1,500. The other one was over $3,000. So I ended up having to work 3 jobs in order to pay, everything. It was hard. And if he didn't have his medication, I was screwed.
So shout out Mark Cuban for
Hello, everybody.
what's
Hey,
up
Oh,
with him,
he
man.
popped up.
so, hold up now. Hold up now. So what y'all saying is, right, is that if you was in a position where you had access to sell something, you wouldn't try to make no money off of it?
No, it's not wrong to try and make money off of it, but when you have a monopoly on the industry and everybody only got to get it from you, and then you mark it up 100%, it only like that's scandalous. That's like
No doubt about it.
when the pandemic started and all these stores was price gouging, charging $20 for bottles of water and shit. Like that's wrong. When you
I
know people
totally
need
agree.
that shit.
I agree that it's wrong, but so you would probably have to look at why it hasn't happened before now. A lot of people had the bread to do so. Why you think they ain't do it?
Because they don't give a fuck. They want the money.
Oh, they okay. Okay, so
Yeah, well, Mark
they
Cuban's already a
position
billionaire,
everybody
so
else.
he like, I guess it's my time to give back versus, constantly capitalizing.
They gonna fuck around and smack blood. Do you see the difference in that type of bread, nigga? That's one type of medicine. You
Yeah,
know how many
and
people
he
take?
can
How many
bankrupt.
people take medicine? How many people take medicine? Don't nothing make more money than medicine.
Money's in the medicine.
Don't nothing make more money than medicine, nigga. A lot of people don't even eat and take medicine. And then they take medicine to have to eat. You talk about a different type of problem right there. I totally agree that it's a good thing. I'm just saying, anybody in the position, if you're talking about trying to, how do we say it? Build generational wealth. If put in that same position, what would you only charge 50%? Like, would you mark it up 50%, 25%? Don't it make it just as bad?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's setting the precedent in the industry. Like, you don't have to do this, bro. Like, you can be a good person. So maybe it'll make people come down on their markdowns. While
Please, they like I said, they probably. I hope they don't. I hope ain't the road people listening to this. But for sure, don't nothing make more money than medicine. And if they talking, he giving the avenue to where they can get that same shit for what'd you say is damn near $47, $6,700 in comparison to what, $50 in
50
comparison to
bucks, 90,
$50, $60
$9,600.
$9,600 in comparison to $60. What? That's one medicine, one person, nigga. Hey, get the fuck out of here. That's gonna be a problem.
Hey,
Real
man.
soon, you're gonna see another highlight about this shit that he done changed his mind and he gonna be smiling on the picture like, yeah, you know what, y'all couldn't do it no more.
You're gonna see billionaire Mark Cuban found in the bottom of the ocean.
I could, hey y'all, I tried. Shit, I can't do it no more, baby. I'm sorry. That's how that's for the go.
Shout out Des for coming up here. So
big dog.
Oh, Mexico. He said also Mexico medicine is cheaper too. Oh yeah, Mexico. You go get that shit without no prescription, nothing. Just go straight to the store and, hey, I need this, and it's good. We gotta go get ripped off by the doctor for the doctor visit, then get the script, then go to the pharmacy and get beat over the head.
No doubt about it. As real as it gets. You wanna and be careful, man. That's all I can say. Try to take care of yourself for one. Excuse me, I'm sorry for yawning, but try to take care of yourself for one, so you won't have to take no fucking medicine. If you are in the position that you have to do so, and try to get that shit from someone from a reputable place.
Okay. So now that we got that out the way, I got some more news. A 63-year-old pastor married his 18-year-old wife, in which he graduated from his church school. So she was going to the school at the church, I guess, as an underage kid. She turned 18 and got in a relationship with her 63-year-old pastor. Do you guys find anything wrong with that? Or is love love?
Man, leave them people alone. Let them do what they want to do, man.
He said ain't nothing wrong with it. I heard that. So that means what? He's 63. Okay. Let me see if I can do a little bit of math. It says you're 18. We take 10 off of that to make it 53. We take 8 more off of that. What, that's 45?
43.
40,
It's
45?
40.
40? I thought he said it was 68. Did he say 68?
68 and 18, I believe.
He's 58. Oh, okay.
No. He's 63.
63.
So he's 40.
Right. So whatever that is.
45.
So pretty much, how old was he when she was born?
45.
45 when she was born. So you saying that? Come on, bro. I don't even have to say that, man. Stop that. That's wrong.
Now, leave them people
Stop that.
alone, man. Let them mind their business.
Stop that. And he probably manipulating her in the name of the Lord.
Hey, he said,
come on.
He said
God,
they should be.
God said you supposed to be with me.
He said that they should be
she was
cheering
born
her
for that
on
man.
She secured the bag.
Wait, one more time?
Pastor say they should be cheering her on because she secured the bag.
What the hell does that mean?
She got the old nigga with the money who about to be up out of here in 20 years.
Boy, oh boy, I'm telling you.
She'll still have her youth in the
Goodness
bag.
gracious.
These narratives, boy, need to quit it.
Hey, I said leave people alone. Let them mind they business.
Give him 30.
Ain't killing
You
nobody.
trying to put him with Kels?
Oh no, I ain't saying he got to go to jail. We just asked him if
No,
it's right or wrong.
my
I see something
cousin
wrong
say.
with that.
My cousin say put him with Kels, man. I just want y'all to know Kels ain't in jail for having sex with underage girls.
No, he is not.
He's charged with something else,
I
man.
don't put my shoes on again.
The Mann Act.
Shut the fuck up. Listen.
Oh
Well,
no,
yeah.
Kels is a dirtbag. Don't get me
I
wrong.
say that there's a problem with that. I do believe it's a problem with that, man. I do. And shit. Probably because, and of course, I don't have anything to support this. I don't, but I'm saying more than likely, Cuzzo was probably touching little, the young lady before she was 18 in the first place. You ain't even supposed to be looking at that like that, my man. Like, man, you old as hell. What's going on?
Hey, I say the punishment supposed to fit the crime, man. And he wrong. He was fucking with little underage girls, and that's wrong as fuck. But nigga, the punishment should fit the crime, and that's not what they punished him for. You know what I'm saying? The judicial system.
Wait, he went to jail?
Nigga, they discussed it 30 years.
No, not
you
the pass
talking-
Kels. Shout out to Jasmine Ball for coming up here too, man. I appreciate it. I know she'd be super busy.
Say what?
Man, all I'm saying is he probably pushing that in the name of the Lord. Okay. He had found a couple verses and said, look, this is why we supposed to be together. All right, read that right there. That's fucked up.
God will want us to be together.
That's fucked up. That's
okay.
fucked up.
So everybody on the panel, man, I got a hypothetical, right? Say your partner call you and say they got into a car accident and you get to the hospital and find out that they got into a car accident while they was with their side bitch. Are you leaving them at the hospital or are you staying there by their side?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave your ass at the hospital. I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna leave your ass. How about that? And I'm gonna beat her ass too.
Ooh.
There you go.
God damn. So we gotta get beat up and I'm getting left? Shit.
You damn right. Your ass would have stayed home like you supposed to instead of walking around looking at other asses and tails. Your ass wouldn't be in that damn predicament. Now your ass in that predicament. Now your ass is in the hospital room. That's your fault.
Damn, she got a point there.
So if you at the he didn't got into a car accident riding around with the side chick, man, it wasn't his fault. And he got some life-threatening injury, you just like, fuck it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Your ass shouldn't have been out there. That's what your ass did.
No. That sounds like something my mama used to tell me when I told her I was hungry. She used to say, well, you know the people who ain't hungry, people that sleep. That ain't about to change. That's not going to change the fact that I'm hungry. You ain't got to tell me. I already know. Like, I already know that I wasn't supposed to be there. You ain't got to tell me that.
Hey, I like the saying, if you go to sleep, you won't be hungry no more. You cannot feel your stomach grumble when you sleep.
That's fucked up. Or you shouldn't have been out there and you wouldn't have failed. Like, come on, man, just help me. You ain't got to tell me about what the hell going on.
Bro, I hate when I call and ask for help and they look for other options for me. Nigga, I called you for help.
Right. They was like, you should go and call Trina. You know, she be, nigga, I'm not on the phone with Trina.
Man. That's neither here nor there. So man, I got a topic I want to talk about. Hold on real fast.
Because he changed his mind about the topic. How's everybody doing? We got everybody in here, you know. My boy Rick got this model picture up here, man. That boy's a model. Oh, shit. Okay.
Rick looking real light skinned in that profile picture, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right, so all right, I'm gonna just speak on my situation, right? I got two baby mamas, right? when my first daughter was born, around 7 months, me and that baby mama split. And then I got with my second baby mother, right? So she would basically like take care of my older daughter like it was hers. And me and my first baby mom would get into arguments and shit like that. And I'd just be like, whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't about to argue with you because my second baby mama would pick up that slack, right? So I stopped holding my first baby mama accountable to do things for my oldest daughter, right? And I put a lot of pressure on my second baby mama. Like, oh, well, you feel me? I wasn't even thinking about it like, I'm not even holding her mama accountable. But I'm just like putting pressure on her. Like, what you mean you want to go out? You got the baby here, like it's her baby. You feel me? Oh,
Bye.
oh,
Bye. Oh gosh. I left it. I was coming out there. Look at me.
Hello, y'all here?
no.
Oh yeah.
Not the
Are you
guy.
gonna
But
finish your
Okay,
story
we
or
there you
here.
go.
what?
I
That
am
nigga got took out the
here.
game.
I'm mad.
I'm about
Hey, you
to
got a
hang up
snipe,
on.
man.
I'm about to hang up on you, motherfucker.
Somebody call the police.
Right.
I thought I had this motherfucker muted, man.
Call the police, man. Somebody got their ass whooped. Where my boy go, man?
I'm back now. So,
Oh, okay.
right, and I would hold her accountable for the things that I wasn't holding my first baby mama accountable for. Right. So now that we going through our split and shit, we addressing things that went on and problems that we have and shit that was wrong. Um, I don't know, like
I'm
how do you
coming.
juggle these relationships and shit? Like, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just wanted to talk about it. But like, I don't know. Dad, you know where I'm trying to go with this, right?
Well, I mean, the question was, is it okay or not to not hold baby mama one accountable for being a parent just because you have someone else that you know will pick up the slack? Like, is that fair to that second person?
That's what you asking, Pooh?
Pretty much. I want to know how y'all feel about that.
Um, shit. I mean,
If you were in the shoes of my second, like my, if I was in the shoes of my second baby mama, I'd be like, damn, he depend on me for this. That's what's up. Like, he know I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna hold him down. Like, I wouldn't feel I have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's not really the point that like anybody made. Nobody said that they had a problem or that if you looked at them in that way that that was a bad thing. The issue is if that same baby mama number two wanted to do the same thing, then she would be every name under the sun, even though she's the one
Nah,
that's been there and done everything to make sure not one but both kids have been taken care of and that she's present in those kids' lives versus baby mama number one. She is allowed to not be a part of her kid's life. And even when she asks, like, oh, well, do you want me to get my kid or not? You're like, oh, it's fine. Do whatever you want. Instead of being like, all right, well, since you asked today, yes, come get your child.
I just feel like because it was easier for me to avoid arguments and shit with like nobody want to fucking argue all day.
But you don't
So
even know that that
I
was
be
going to be an
thinking,
argument because
oh, it's
that
gonna
was
be an
something she
argument because
was
I was gonna
already
be like,
planning to do.
I was gonna be an argument because I was gonna be like, you constantly doing this shit and you fucking with my
No,
daughter, like.
that's either way, that's the result. But if that's not what you want to express, then you don't even have to take it that far. But the whole point of the matter is usually there's not even an option where baby mama number one is asking about this type of stuff. Like, should I come or not? And instead of just saying, like, yeah, come, and allowing her to come or to disappoint yet again. It was just like, no, it's okay. You do you.
Okay. So based on the what the original question is, uh shit, you know me, big dog. It's about what works. So if you're asking if it's okay, um the if it's okay factor would have to work for everybody and not just you, not just one kid, but everybody. Now if one instance that you're having with one of your BMs turns into a problem for the other BM, uh, then I would say that at that point now you have to find some sort of common ground, especially if you're just trying to make everybody happy. It's kind of what it what I'm getting from the question. Like everybody need to be you trying to make everything peachy, um, and I don't think that's possible ever. But I would say you go with what works, and if in fact you do have an issue where one person is saying, "Hey, well, what about them?" If it's a constant what about them type of thing, then you come to that particular person and say, okay, so give me the play by play. What do you want me to do? Tell me what you want, like specifically. Don't beat around, don't just talk about it. Tell me exactly what you want me to do, and I'm going to show you that I'm going to go and do it. And then if it doesn't work, then since the both of us are here, then we do what works, and we can't be worried about nobody else. So, I mean, you can have arguments all goddamn day long, but ultimately, if you're talking about kids and them actually getting something, do it. I mean, it's just as simple as that. And if in fact you don't, then, you know, kick one.
See,
Hey,
Be
that
more
was
difficult
all.
than that.
That was my thing. Like, I don't want to argue with her. It's easier for us to just do this shit and figure it out, between us. I ain't gotta go back and forth because I had you here. We was putting this shit together, making it work. Uh, like it was so much easier for me. Like I don't even. She was communicating with my first baby mama. I didn't even have to have those conversations with her no more because when she want to drop her off, she calling her. You feel me? Like, hey, that was perfect for me. Because when me and her get on the phone, it's bitch this, bitch that. You ain't shit. You ain't doing this, and you ain't doing that. And it was just easier for me to just pull myself away from the shit.
first
Oh,
of all,
yeah.
hello. Can y'all hear me?
What's up?
Yes, ma'am.
Can y'all? Hey, y'all. I'm glad to be back. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but I definitely want to jump in on this topic. Um, so before I even answer your question, John, I just want to say, like, I remember when, your separation was so fresh that you couldn't even talk about it. So the fact that you even bringing it up right now says that you're a lot further along in your healing than you was the last time I talked to you. And so shout out to you for doing the work. And it sounded like y'all was having a closure conversation more than anything. And I don't know like what BM number two said to you or what she didn't say. But from my experience, coming into a relationship, I'm a baby mama number three. I got two bonus sons, and I'm separated from their dad now. And one of the things that I realized is that like fathers going into another relationship with children set the bar really high and set expectations on the new woman that he with that he don't place on their moms. And that type of pressure, like some women go fold and eventually it might break up or y'all might figure out another alternative, and some women ain't, depending on how they feel about kids and knowing your babies is an extension of you. Now the thing is what I heard you say about like putting pressure on her. Like, the kid is here, how you going outside and all of that stuff, like separating her individuality from like y'all relationship, you know, like at the end of the day, this is still your responsibility. So what she's doing is an added bonus, and she's gonna parent differently. She's not gonna be the same type of parent as BM number one, but also being able to like accept when she's taking her space for her, you know, especially as a single woman with no kids. But it's like this hidden expectation that I feel like men have, especially like single men with children going into a relationship, and especially with a woman who ain't got no kids. When you're going into a relationship with a woman that ain't got no kids, it's like it's almost like y'all want to replace the child's mom with
Kind of like a void
the
filler.
new girlfriend, you know? Like that's all I'm gonna say about it. But this a touchy subject for me too, you know, and I also, you know, hella proud of you in this moment right now to hear you even talk about it in a public space, because I knew it was hard a couple months ago.
Yeah, well, thank you, sis, man. But I feel like I was using it to like fill the void for my child so she don't go without. You feel me? And then my child like don't make it easy because while she loved my second baby mama like her mama for real, she still realized that she got a mama and she be wanting her mama and shit. And she in this motherfucker crying right now because she just got dropped off from spending some time with her mama for a couple hours and now she's back at my house and she in this motherfucker crying. Ain't gonna be boo hoo crying all night and my second baby mama got to deal with the shit right now. Like it's like a slap in the face kind of to her. Like, nigga, I be here doing all this shit for you and all the shit, and then you go spend 2 hours with your mama, and now you like, hey, fuck y'all. I'd rather be with my mama type shit. It's just hard.
I don't doubt it, player, but you're doing it well, man. And even the fact that you asking the question, you know, and concerned and reaching out and having that conversation as we do have on a regular basis suggests a lot, man. I've also seen what Jazz was talking about as far as cats trying to put that like on the applying pressure type of thing. You know what I mean? Trying to put that real burden on somebody that don't got none at all. Like that's unrealistic, man. But shit, I say if you that kind of nigga and that's what you feel like you got to do, and baby girl don't meet that, which is unfair in my book, you know, 110% of the time. It's unfair. When you got to press somebody to do what you feel like they're supposed to do automatically, you know, or you feel like you gotta press them at all. I don't really feel that, but baby girl just ain't for you. You know what I mean? And that I think if you got to force something, then it ain't for you. Um, so yeah, man, I respect the hell out of the question for sure. And you know, we most definitely gonna be able to help you through that one, big dog.
Yeah, for real. The only other thing that I'll say is, man, yeah, this is a touchy subject, but the only other thing I'll say to you, John, is like I heard you just mention how, you know, she just spent 2 hours with her mama and she came back, and it's almost offensive. And like I want to challenge y'all to let that go. You know, you and baby mama number two, like to let it go, because a kid's connection to their mom is undeniable. Like they was attached at one point in time, like physically attached at one point in time. And so like it's just a natural connection that she's gonna want to have with her mom, especially if her mom ain't as active or as present in her life as she needs to be, right? And it ain't nothing personally towards y'all. It ain't like y'all doing anything less or y'all not providing for her or good enough. It's just the connection and the bond and a yearning that any child has for their biological parent, especially if they don't, you know, see them as regularly. And so, like, when my daughter, you know, every day I hear her, my dad, my dad, my dad, my dad, my dad, and it ain't taken away from me in my presence in her life, because I know like I'm the everyday, you know, primary parent, you know, and so I don't get offended by that. It ain't like, oh, I'm doing all of this and you still thinking about your, of course you still thinking about your dad. That's your other parent. That's, you got a connection, a paternal connection to him. And so, like, challenging y'all to let go of personalizing it and taking it as if it's something y'all doing something wrong, because y'all doing the best y'all could, and be okay with that.
Yeah, man. Oh, shit. The way y'all put it, man, it definitely helped me a lot. I hopefully my second baby mama go back and listen to this, because I always commend her on the job that she do, like, and tell her, like, bro, you're doing a great job. Like, honestly, like, for you to even come in this shit at well, she was like 21 at the time. My daughter was 7 months. She was 21 at the time. You giving up your 20s to take care of another nigga kid, and you giving up weekends, going out, partying, all that shit. Like, I respect you for what you're doing. So, I always try to make her feel like I had her back in this shit. But when you see, like, and like I talked to my first baby mama recently about some shit, she going through some shit. But we've been at this shit for 8 years now. You feel me? Like, so I can understand where all parties are coming from in this shit. Like, yeah, man. But Rick, you ready for your hood nigga report?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I is, man. So for the hood for a minute today, man. I want to bring up this story, man. With hold on, what's dude name? Dude name is Bridges. He play for the Charlotte. He's played for the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh,
Miles Bridges.
Yeah, man. So Blood lose out on a $173 million max contract after turning himself in for abusing his wife. So now my thoughts on this is that if these well, he turned himself in, so I mean whatever, that don't necessarily mean he's guilty, but if the nigga is guilty of that shit, and then you was out here beating up a bitch all like that, nigga, you deserve to lose out on $200 million, nigga, because you don't deserve that shit, nigga. You can't be out here beating on women, bruh, all this shit and all that. That shit ain't cool. That ain't smooth. As black people, we don't need all that shit. If your chick don't listen to you, then you, or whatever the case may be, whatever the hell you beating this chick up for, you don't need to be fucking with her. Leave her, nigga. You out here doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You finna be out here balling with your chips up, doing whatever it is you do. You don't need her. What the fuck you need her for? But then in that case, it's probably him. You know what I'm saying? Any chick that was in that position, he gonna do that too. If these allegations are true. So, what's your thoughts on that shit?
I feel like he's dumb for fumbling that $100 million the day before you sign your contract. She come out with the abuse allegations. Got your son on camera talking about how you be beating up mommy and shit like that. Like, bro, for one of your weird ass beating up your baby mom in front of your kids. It was just extra ass shit. And I don't want to like victim blame nobody, but she should have waited till that nigga signed that contract and broke his ass.
Yeah,
So you fumbled the 100 and he fumbled the 100.
don't make
yeah,
no. Y'all ain't never. It ain't never been nobody in your life where a chick was in your face saying, "Hit me there, hit me there, hit me there, hit me there." You ain't never been there.
Oh
oh yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Most definitely.
I just want to make sure. Now
I
Is
I
that
don't
what
think
she
that
said?
actually. Nah, I was just fucking around. I don't know what she said.
Oh,
I don't know that, but I was saying for sure because I'm stupid, man. I don't ever think you should be going across no lady for sure.
And then my boy Cal famously is he should have been fucking with a black woman because she would have fought him back.
Oh my lord.
That's what Cal say.
Oh good
Boxing
God.
section.
He said,
Right. That's nice. I like that.
"Shut the fuck up, blood." Okay. Um. Nah, man.
We not making light of domestic violence though.
Don't be out here putting your hands on these women, man. Let baby live, man. If she don't want to listen, then go ahead and let her do what she want to do, man. You'll be putting your hands on these women out here, man. That nigga, if I'm not mistaken, Miles Bridges, damn near 6'8", almost 230, 240 pounds. Ain't no way in the world. Like, stop that, man. It ain't no need for none of that. And you done lost out on your bread. But I will say that we probably should shine a little bit of light on how the rest of these niggas be going across these hoes like that too. There be a lot of them cats that be beating up on these girls, man, and that shit ain't cool. I wouldn't care what the situation is, man. Turn your back and kick one, you know?
Yeah, it ain't got to go that far, man.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to go that far, man. Go on and let baby live. You know what I mean? Don't do that. That ain't I'm not a promoter of that at all.
Shout out YA for being here in the comments, my boy Arlen. He be having the comments lit.
Oh, for sure that blood be in there going crazy.
And then my cousin say, man, remember, you might have a daughter. And that's why I'm well equipping my daughters to go to the gun range. A nigga put his hands on you, get up out that situation. But you go get that pistol and you make him, let him know. Don't shoot him while he running away. Shoot him while he facing you, baby.
For sure, yeah. Don't let him turn his back because you for sure going to jail for that.
Fuck that. Pistol whip the shit out that nigga. Hey, learn how to shoot that motherfucker, then pistol whip the shit out of nigga. But I could have killed your bitch ass, but I ain't even kill you. I just pistol whipped your dumb ass. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have killed you.
Like you stupid.
Hey, stand up, that nigga, baby girl.
I'm gonna stall you out. Nah, no doubt, man. That's what folks need to start focusing on, man. Start being prepared for that type of bullshit, and probably, I hope everything good with baby girl, man, because that's a big dude. You know what I mean? And I don't know what he was about. You get up in the house with one of these niggas and you don't know what you done got yourself into as a woman, man. So that's an unfortunate space. Most deaf. I'm an advocate in protecting our women, absolutely. So I don't know if she was a black woman.
I'm definitely an advocate for protecting black women.
Oh, no doubt about that. I'm with you on that. But yeah, man, that's an unfortunate space, man. And yeah, he need to go ahead and go on and sit down for that. Go on and take the consequences, putting your hands on a woman for sure.
Yeah, that ain't no smooth shit, man. Nigga need to grow the fuck up. Yeah. Learn how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from somebody that don't know how to communicate, nigga. I'm not good at that shit.
Hey, man, they
I
always tell me you got to stop talking with your hands
right.
and listen.
Yeah.
See, Arlen Ward said, yeah, fighting women is kid shit. I grew out of that shit. I thought it was cool as fuck to hit a girl in front of my friends for cool points, but in reality, I was a bitch for that shit. My apologies to the women that I victimized. You better hope one of these bitches don't come back. No.
Yo, baby might know how to shoot now.
Yeah, they might have went to the gun range and learn how to shoot. They're gonna come back and pistol whip your ass.
Man, watch out, blood. No doubt about it.
Right.
But yeah, no, we are not fans nor advocates of putting your hands on women. Not at all.
So,
tell her to call somebody else, man, and tell baby to have the folks behind her to say, hold on, player, real quick.
hey,
let me hit my brother or my cousin or
I want
That's who
these
you need to
niggas
talk
to
to.
stop that when they get into an argument with these girls and they say, call your brother, call one of your family members over here. Because if that nigga come over there and he beat your ass, then what?
Shut the fuck up. No doubt about it. But that's
Arlen said equal rights still deserve equal lefts. I'm just Hey,
you know what else I wanted to talk about? I don't know if nobody else wanted to talk about this shit, man, but that dude, man, in Ohio, man, that young dude, man, he's like 25 years old, man. Motherfucking Ohio police, motherfucking shot this motherfucker 60 motherfucking times, man.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Dude, 25 years old. They fired at him like 93 times, and they hit him 60 times. He got out the car and took off running on their ass. Now they didn't find no gun on him, but they said there was a gun in the car, and they say, well, he fired a shot at us. Yeah, they possibly saying that shit, but that's bullshit. That nigga ain't fired no shot at them niggas. You know how this whole scenario go. Them niggas they wanted to do that, knock dude down. You feel me? And now they trying to cover it up and clean it up, man. You know what I'm saying? You know that shit go. So
Had
yeah, man.
some similar to that dude that I don't remember where the range was, but at the range, you know, the targets that you buy, there's a range at
Yeah.
black folks on the targets. At the range, they were shooting black
It might have
people on
been
the
Florida.
target,
Yeah,
wherever it was, man. At the end of
Anything crazy, just say Florida because it's believable.
I mean, it was either for like a North Carolina, South Carolina, or some shit like that.
I ain't want to jump away from that. No disrespect to Rick, but I just want to make sure I ain't want to jump off of that domestic violence situation without hearing from one of the ladies though. If y'all had anything to say.
Oh yeah, and ladies, we planning a range day. So I'm gonna text everybody what the official day that we going to the range. We having a motherfucking field trip. We're gonna bring sandwiches and pistols.
That's what's up. Ladies, y'all ain't had nothing to say about that at all?
I'll jump in real quick and just say it felt good to hear y'all talk. I don't really have nothing to add outside of what I heard y'all say. And
Okay.
just as a person who have experienced domestic violence in my relationship, to know that there's men out here that recognize that shit ain't cool, I applaud y'all.
Absolutely. Got to protect our black women, man. For sure that.
I always think about my daughters whenever I do anything, bro. And I can't imagine them coming to my house when they 2019 and they got a black eye and the nigga done beat them up and I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm ready to sit down behind mine. So y'all can take it how you want it.
I don't wanna go too deep into this, but this is a question, and this, of course, is for the women. I'm gonna give my opinion, and anybody can respond to this, but this is actually for a woman. My view always was, whenever it came to a woman, especially considering once you get to a certain age as a woman, you know that all guys want is pussy. So whatever he does, before you gave it to him, whatever he does at any point in time, you know he wants some pussy. My suggestion to my younger cousins always was, and these are women, is that for one, you make sure you get to know somebody before you're alone with them. Two, you don't be alone with no nigga in no space like a home or none of that shit unless you plan on having sex. Because since you already know that a nigga want pussy, you already know that. Don't put him in that position. To that, y'all say what?
I'm gonna go from the male perspective. Just for nigga, got to know how to control himself. Also,
I totally agree with that. I'm just saying.
like I understand
totally
that we teaching young women don't put yourself in compromising situations, but a nigga should know how to control himself. Nigga, the bitch don't want to get no pussy. Nigga, it is what it is.
Right.
Like, I done been there plenty of time, nigga. That bitch talking about, yeah, I ain't fucking. All right, well, bitch, you can leave because I'm about to call somebody else who is.
Right. I would say my only response to that is I'm talking directly to the women about what you should or should not do. Now, granted, that other conversation is another conversation that I would have with a young man. But in this instance, I'm talking directly to the woman. And this is like, yo, don't even do none of that. Don't do it. Not until you ready. And I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that you don't want to leave the decision in the hands of a cat of whether or not you think he's going to control himself. I'm saying, like, be accountable in that space. You make the decision on whether or not you want to do that. And I'm not saying you're wrong if you didn't. I'm not
So
saying
are
that.
you only saying like this if you invite a dude to your house or in a space where it's the only two of you? Is that your point?
I'm saying either if it's your house or you going to his. Either way.
So don't meet up by yourselves if you don't want to have sex.
That's yeah.
That's your point.
I thought
That's
it was
yeah.
more so like a closed environment,
That's why I
not
said
necessarily like
if
a public
it's your
space.
house or his house, like if y'all in a closed house setting, in a house with a couch bed type shit, none of that.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but it kind of just sounds like an excuse. Like, well, it's your fault if you got fucked at your house because you shouldn't have been seeing him at your house if you didn't want to have sex. When it's like John said, a dude should still be able to control himself too, especially if someone says no or already lets them know that that's not happening prior to them coming over.
I guess well, you're never gonna get down to the point. But that yeah, I
I got your
respect that.
point. I get
Let
your
me
point. I didn't say anything was necessarily wrong with your point. I'm just pointing out another point. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, well, when he said it, I was like, that is a whole nother part of the conversation that I would say to a young man in that aspect. I'm talking directly to the young women of more so what you should or should not do. Not to change the focus and it being about the young man. Now the young man needs to. That's cool. I had a conversation with the young man. Ain't no young man present, so I'm supposed to say, hey, it's okay because the young man is supposed to be able to like that. I don't even that's not even a topic of the conversation. Not bringing that in at all. I'm this and not to say that you didn't got unfortunately that situation would happen to you or any of that type of stuff. This is beforehand, prior to.
No,
Don't do
I
it.
again, I'm not disagreeing with you because I feel like if you don't feel comfortable as a woman inviting a man to your home, and if you were to tell him prior to when he came or when he got there that you do not want to have sex and you don't trust that he's not going to keep pressing the issue, then no, you shouldn't be seeing him in that sort of environment, especially if you think you're the type that's just going to cave in or is going to change to being a more dangerous situation. Like they become physical and now you just feel like you're stuck. So yeah, in that instance, that's what I'm saying. Like I agree with you. But I'm just saying if you've made it known prior to that person coming over, like maybe you guys have met, gone on a few dates beforehand, and you start feeling more comfortable with that person, but you've now you're now seeing them in this closed environment, but you still express that that's not something you're ready for, and they still press the issue or take the issue into their own hands. That's what I'm saying. Like, the male should be held accountable too in terms of having some control or being able to accept no for no and not like press the issue, especially if the person isn't like throwing you hints, like she's not walking in front of you with her ass in her face or goes to change into some more comfortable clothing or something like that. So it's like, that's all I'm saying.
Respect.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I get exactly what you're saying, him. And to be honest, I think I got my own like safety precautions. Like even if I assume like, okay, he ain't gonna be on this if I say no or whatever, whatever, I still like I'm not linking up one on one. We can go out in public and kick it if you really try to kick it. I'm not letting you in no place of my residence at a certain hour, if especially not like, the after the club or on
Right.
the late night or whatever. It's like certain safety precautions that I feel like we as women do have just in case. But and not but and on top of all of that, I do feel like it is like John said, like Desi said, dudes need to have self control. It's about him being able to control himself too. Since we're not having that conversation, it feel like it is a both and. You know, like, yeah, I'm gonna keep myself safe by making sure I ain't doing the ungodly hours and the one-on-one at my house or his house or somewhere that we can, you know, do whatever grown-ups do if we go fuck in a car or whatever it is. And at the same time, like, this is a two-way conversation. This ain't just for us to keep ourselves safe. And I feel like that I was conflicted at first. Like, how do I even answer that? Because it reminded me of, like, oh, if you don't want a dude to want you or to look at you like that, don't wear tight clothes or a short skirt or all that other shit. And it's like, I should be able to live my life freely. Yes, I should. And at the same time, like, I also have in the back of my mind who I can and cannot be around doing that type of shit, or else they gonna take those cues as me trying to push a line on them or something. And so, yeah, it is a both. Like, it's two
Yeah.
conversations that need to be had. And you asking a question for the ladies, and yeah, we do. Like, we do keep ourselves safe by not doing certain things or inviting certain people over at certain times of the night because we already know what's up.
Respect. Oh, that's Coop sounding like that with that speaker.
Oh,
Man, hey, I appreciate these conversations we have, and I love all y'all come up here and give y'all insight, man. That should be so dope. Because I'll be going back and listening to it. I'm like, damn, that nigga made a good ass point right there, man. And it'd be dope to go back and listen to. I love when Jazz up here. I love when Dez up here, man. Y'all be putting on for the ladies. I respect it. Okay, let's see. Oh. Nero came back. Nero's here.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
good evening.
So I don't know if I made this question or somebody else just wrote it in the notes. I don't even know if it's a good question, but we're gonna go and answer it, I guess. So it says, you know what you want from a man or a woman, but do you know how to treat them? And where do you feel like you learned how to treat them, I guess? Anybody?
Anybody gonna say that?
Must be your question.
Wait, what? Go back. Repeat that. I didn't hear that. Go back.
What?
So the question was, let me go back. You know what you want out of a man or woman, but do you know how to treat them? And where do you feel like you learned how to treat them correctly?
I mean, pretty much
I would say
people just learn how
experience.
to, yeah. What do you
Overall, I think you have an idea of what you would do, but you find out what that person likes or dislikes, or if it vibe what you thought, just over experience for sure.
Mm.
I say experience. You gotta take all your dating experience, what you read, the communication that you've had with your elders, your peers, and have your own point of view, and also respect that their point of view of having an open mind too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they say, you gotta change your perspective on things when you grow. So when you grow and you change your perspective, the relationship can grow too. Because y'all can, bicker back and forth, but if it's an equal match of saying like, I disagree to agree, then we can solve some things. You feel me? So it's just like how you love, you know what I'm saying, is you gotta teach them your love language and they gotta teach you their love language. So you have to comprehend and know what you're getting into too when you're dealing with that person because everybody's different.
Okay. Spit that shit. Anybody else want to add?
Not everybody speak at once now. Speak to the mic.
Oh shit, it's good. It's good.
I'm not touching that one.
Go ahead, E. Go ahead.
I'm not touching that shit.
Oh, he said he ain't touching it.
My phone cut out, so I don't know what was said last.
Oh shit, damn.
Go ahead, whoever that was. Go ahead. I'll answer. Y'all
What's
go
the
ahead.
question?
The question was, do you know how to what is it? Treat a man or a woman in a relationship, and how will you treat you? I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention to the road, okay? I'm hearing every other word. You can hear it better than I can.
No, you're in the concert over there. You got to be. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, bet. I'll say what he know how to treat him. Y'all, well, Coop, you know my answer to this one, man. I don't think you're supposed to have to force that shit. I think if you gotta, if you really have to make real changes to how you treat a person, and in my opinion, then you're gonna be in that space where you're frustrated coming out, man. I think it's supposed to come easy. It's supposed to you, of course, on the treatment side. It's supposed to come easy. It's supposed to go smooth. If you got to do a lot, that ain't for you. And that, of course, to answer your question, comes from experience. Yeah, like just being that forcing shit really don't work out too well, and makes for angry people and unhappy people over the years. Folks doing shit they never wanted to do to begin with to try to make the next motherfucker happy. It's supposed to be smooth sailing. So to answer the question completely, yeah, just experience, man.
Yeah, we just got cut off. We just got back online, y'all. So.
So everybody answered that question? Everybody done with it?
Yep.
Let me jump in. Hold on, real fast. Just want to say, agree with you, Derek. I mean, him. What the fuck, Jasmine? Anyway, I agree with what you're saying, and I got a motto of like not sacrifice. I'm willing to compromise, but I'm not willing to sacrifice. And things are supposed to come easy and effortlessly. But I think communication is key. Like not just communicating your needs or when you got a problem or whatever, but actually talking about it and getting to understand the person that you with. Like Cena said, like understanding their love language and how they want to be treated in a relationship.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But that was me. I'm Lex. I'm her cousin. I said that. But
what's
no,
up, Lex?
What's happening? But I gotta ask you something though. Why do you think? I mean, you willing to compromise, but do you think that's I think that's a sacrifice. It is a sacrifice. You know, you compromise certain things. You know, I don't feel like not everything, but yeah, it should come easy and effortless. But sometimes that's just a tug of war.
Yeah, see, that's interesting that you say that because when I think of sacrifice, I think of like deal breaker type shit. You know, like sacrificing my freedom, sacrificing my peace of mind, sacrificing, you know, a certain dollar amount that I can't afford. But in compromising, right? Like compromising is like, okay, for the sake of love, I know that there are some things that I can stop doing or do a little differently that's going to help me grow, that's going to help me evolve and learn for the sake of like this relationship and the growth and development of this relationship. And so like when I think about sacrificing, I'm thinking about on a larger scale, and compromising is like, okay, you know what? Like if we was looking at dollars and cents, compromising is like, okay, 2 bands versus $2 in terms of energetic, emotional, you feel me, whatever.
Right. Yeah, so I feel that in the sense of what you're saying, because you know self-worth is everything. So that's a big sacrifice, and you know that includes boundaries and respect for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Ain't nothing the men want to put on that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all quiet like a church mouse over there. The men ain't saying shit.
Hey man, we don't like to display our feelings. We get played with out here in these streets.
And
Y'all
we
get
don't.
played with, but y'all the biggest players. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
That's why we players, because we got played with.
It's top dog. You get what I'm saying?
They
Besides all
brought
the
it out
bull
of us.
stuff going on, if you can really express your feelings how you want to express them and be who you are, that's 100% guarantee any woman will fall in love with you. 100%. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta
These
come
hoes
on
don't
to.
want love, they want bags. No,
They want what?
they want purses, they don't want love, man.
Oh shit! Well then throw their ass back into the ocean and shit. Let somebody else grab that bag. Hey.
Arlen said, I'm simple as fuck to deal with. Just give me what I can't. Some pussy and I have my own everything. Only need that guac 5,000 and that monkey. Yeah.
What the? Hey
Cousin,
man.
these young ladies don't want marriage, man. I seen a dude, a YouTuber. He went around like a popping ass party, asking the other ladies if they wanted to get married or be in a relationship. All them girls was like, "Nope, I'm for the streets. Fuck that. I ain't got time for shit like that.
Yeah.
Never want to be married." It's a
I
new age.
mean, look how y'all treat us. Look what we get to look at on the internet in terms of people's relationships and marriages, and then people make light of it. Like, it's been other podcasts up here where people said you shouldn't leave your husband for cheating on you. You should accept that.
Fuck that.
Because that's how
So
they
if
taught
that's
me
if
all.
that's the mindset that most of these men or some of these men have in the viewpoints of a relationship and marriage, what is attractive about that? Why would a woman say, "Yeah, I can't wait to get married"? Especially if the type of dudes that she's dealing with are the same dudes that look at the same things that she's looking at on the internet and be like, "Yeah, he winning. He the
Facts.
dude. I'ma act like that too."
Facts. And then you gotta look at the age bracket too. Cause if I'm 25, fuck that. I'm for the streets. Nigga, you a
Exactly.
dog. I'm a dog. Shit. Nigga,
And a
we out
lot of
here.
dudes was hoes early on in their life. So they've got the hoe out of them by the time they're like hitting their 30s and mid 30s, and then life start coming at them hard and they feel like, "Oh, I got to get my shit together. I got the hoe out my system. Now I want to be married. Now I want the family and everything." And then they looking for girls that's not doing that, because girls was the loyal ones when they was young. They was the ones that was dumb in love, stayed in a relationship for hella years and was like, "I love him so much, we're gonna do this, that, and the other." That shit didn't pan out, and now they just out here like, "Listen, I'm just vibing."
Listen, I love a black woman to affinity, right? So Arlen said that black women are too manly now, and that's the problem. And I do see a lot of African American women.
We're manly because we're
That's hella
independent, or we're
disrespectful.
manly because we know
What was the
what we
question?
want, or
What was
we
the question?
manly because we don't want to put up with bullshit.
Well, I like
No,
this.
they're
What was the
manly because
question?
they go to the block and shoot dice and smoke backwoods and drive down the street 100 miles an hour and don't ain't soft no more. Call me bruh when I be like, "How you doing? Good morning, beautiful." They like, "What's up, bruh?" Like, bitch.
But that isn't
That's
all of us.
acceptable to
And
you?
y'all just
Right.
really
That's
put us
one
all in
caliber of
one big
women.
ass bucket of being manly. Like, it don't say some black women, it say all black women. Too
Not.
manly now.
What was the question?
He
Ooh,
said,
I
well,
want to get
not
this.
manly in the attitude. In the attitude, they're manly. Not necessarily they out here being managed, but everything like about a black woman, I just was soft and beautiful. Smell like cocoa butter. Not even it just smell like backwoods all day. Like it
Up
ain't.
now. Hold up now.
I mean, any woman would smell like that if that's what she smoked. That's not just black women.
Hold up now. Wait a minute. Don't talk about my ladies now. What you talking?
Well, I'm piggybacking off of what Arlen said in the comments. I love a
Oh,
black
what was the
woman. Yeah,
question though? Damn, I'm sorry.
about
The question was?
Y'all wow.
hey, I love that shea butter. I love that all that shit. I
Damn,
love
y'all
a
can't
black
even hear
woman.
me. Can y'all hear me?
No, we can hear
We
you.
could always hear you. Somebody's sound is crunchy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close my shit out. Hopefully it don't fuck my shit up. But that's
What
me
was the
though.
question, y'all?
It wasn't a question. He just read somebody's comment and said that black women are too manly now.
Oh man, that's not true, brother. That's not true at all. Where y'all get that from, man?
You
It's just
know, it's really damned if you do, damned if you don't as a black
Right.
woman. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because we can be soft and lean into our softness and we get dogged the fuck out.
Right.
And then when we have to be these quote unquote strong ass black women, then all of a
Then we
sudden
too
we acting
manly.
like niggas and we men and we don't need a man. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point.
Speak that shit,
On God.
yeah,
man.
that's no good, man. What I'm talking about. Black women ain't they not masculine, brother.
Man, these hoes is thugs nowadays. I don't know what
Black
y'all talking.
women are, as they always have been, and that's Swiss Army knives. They're whatever they got to be at that time. So, what the black man was supposed to be built as is something that could handle that, something that could actually put baby in the position to where she comfortable enough to be what you wanted her to be, which is soft. And in that light, when it comes to black men, we didn't drop the ball and made baby become what you say you don't want it to be.
This is about to get cussed out. Well, cuss the
And
bitch out.
that therein lies the problem, for sure. But they ain't never been nothing that we ain't want them to be in their eyes, because
Or
what
y'all
you
didn't.
it's what you bred, it's what you made them, it's what you know what I mean, what you showed them they needed to be in order for them to be comfortable.
Facts.
That's
Facts.
all that is. So
Facts.
now you push them into a corner and be worried about when they coming back at your ass, for sure. If anybody gonna do it, it's them, and that's why I love them so much. But for sure, but absolutely, absolutely,
YA said,
you need that pushback,
look how y'all
because
pick the men. Y'all
because
want the dogs to try and change, but will walk past a nerd that will love you. Y'all pick them wrong. I don't have anything to say about this.
I'm gonna ignore all these comments bro making, cause
walk past
this is all
In
rooted in
Oakland,
your
they
own
come free,
trauma.
nigga.
Right, because there's lots of
and
women
the
out
nerd
here
at one
that
point.
appreciate
I
nerds,
love
but
smart
it's
nerds.
all
Love
to
nerds.
a
I'm a nerd
dude's
myself.
I'm
interpretation of
really
what
like
a nerd is.
I don't
Because just because
identify. I'm a
somebody's
nerdy
not a
hood nigga.
street
I don't
nigga
know.
doesn't make him a nerd, but that's how a street nigga would view a person that's not street.
So what do you view Russell Wilson as?
A good
Not a
ass
nerd?
man.
Yeah.
A good
good
man?
ass man.
Yeah.
Outside of him being Sierra's husband, what type
Like,
of
just,
man
no,
do y'all
I'm
view
just
him as?
saying, like, black men or just men in general would view Russell Wilson as being quote unquote weak or soft or a nerd. Just because he's not out here
I'm
sipping
talking about what
lean,
y'all view
smoking
him as
weed.
outside of being
I'm
Sierra's
getting
husband.
there. I'm getting there.
Not what we do.
So y'all would view him as that, and then it's a problem if we don't view him as that. We can't just view him as being normal without someone saying that he's not. We can't say he's a good man without someone else jumping in to say, like, oh no, that nigga's just soft. He's just a nerd. He's this, he's that, and everything that everyone else says about him is not positive. It's a negative, and it's a negative because he's not out here doing negative shit.
I think so. What
And
I
it's
think
not
Russell
appreciated.
Wilson is when I say a good man, I think he treats women right. Obviously, you
Yeah,
witnessed
he's
that with Sierra.
respectful. He's caring.
Respectful. He has
He
emotional
shows
maturity,
love. Yeah.
self-awareness.
Y'all don't know what's going on in their relationship. Y'all from the outside.
You don't
looking
either,
in,
but
that
you
shit
asked the
look bomb as
question,
fuck.
and so we're basing it off of what we see.
I'm not talking about
Just
in
like
a
y'all
relationship.
can.
I'm saying what type of man do y'all view him as outside of the relationship?
Shit, he's
If
a
it was just
We
quarterback.
said
He's a
he's a good
quarterback.
man.
He's a millionaire. He make a lot of money. He's successful. I think he has emotional maturity even outside of the
Awareness.
relationship. Like when you look at him on the field, he ain't out there hella aggressive and full of testosterone trying to fight everybody that do all of this shit to him or whatever. Like I think it's a lot that you can tell from him as a
And how he
persona
carries
outside
himself.
of his relationship, and I think that shit is attractive. I don't want no hood nigga. I don't want no nigga that smell like hella backwoods. To be honest, I don't even smoke.
Exactly.
Touche.
That's interesting. So that's a good man. Okay, that's interesting.
So do you guys think a hood nigga can be a good man?
Yeah.
The old ones, the old school ones from like the 90s and the 80s.
She said, not the new hood niggas
Not
with the
these new
purse.
ones with the little
Not the
skinny little
niggas with the
clothes.
purse and the Glock hanging out his hip. Huh?
You don't like the new ones with the
I
skinny.
think that the dudes back in the day, the hood dudes back in the day, had a code and values that they lived by, and that shit don't exist now.
So what was the disconnect from the old generation to the new? Because they was trying to groom niggas just like niggas be trying to groom females. These old drug dealers was grooming young niggas to hold bundles for them and shit, and telling them that bitches ain't shit. So if them old niggas that was the game they was giving up.
I think that in some aspects of being a quote unquote hood nigga, even back in the day, there was still some sort of code. Like when you're in your relationship, you might be out here running the streets, selling your dope and doing whatever. But in some aspect, like you still respect your quote unquote old lady. Like, and if everybody already know like that's your one right there, that's your bottom, like nobody's running up to disrespect her and you not letting other people disrespect her either. And that's the one you taking out and going on dates with. That's the one you bringing around your family and stuff like that. And that's the one you making sure it doesn't go without. But I would just say nowadays, I mean, I don't really date any hood guys, but I would assume that maybe that's not something that's really going on because a lot of guys just think that all girls is hoes. So like, there's no respect for women. Like they just don't have any because maybe they've been hurt by one or something. So they've just turned into a monster and just decided they're just never gonna do right by a female and just look at them all as negative instead of being open to loving again or somebody loving them.
Are men and women equally emotional?
Absolutely not. I feel like men are more emotional and don't know how to
Facts.
show it.
100% agree.
Mm.
Ooh, lies. Stop the lies.
No,
No,
that's science.
look,
Y'all know y'all lying. Stop lying.
no. Ain't no
Lie,
lie.
lie.
Look. I'm a barber. You feel me?
Say that.
I'm a barber. I'm a professional barber. I
Say
was
that.
at Pete's Barbershop. I ain't
Uh-huh.
ever heard so many men clack and bitch and moan and complain about a female
Mhm.
and what
Uh-huh.
they did, in particular of just picking little shit, and
Uh-huh.
then going back to the woman say, "Oh, come on, you know I da 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 da," and you finessing. Come
Right.
on, nigga, get up out of here. That's too many emotions in one spot.
Stop that. Y'all need to
I sit there like a
First
fly
off,
and be
the
like, God
barbershop is
damn.
a sacred place, and you should not be telling our secrets.
Hey, look, hey, look, hey, look. I'm not over there no more. So it's there. I get all this shit. I ain't telling y'all everything, but what I'm saying is, you can't say that you not. Like, it ain't lies. It's the truth. And niggas don't want to come out and just say the shit sometimes. And it be like,
Yeah.
God, am I pulling teeth or no? So when I put my feelings out there, nigga, and you disrespect them, now I gotta come for your dome. Now I gotta embarrass you. Now I really got.
So
Well, I think dudes are more emotional, but women express their emotions more. Like y'all go to the barbershop,
Yeah.
y'all sacred space is the barbershop. But a
I'm just
woman will
saying,
communicate their
we wouldn't have
emotions to
we wouldn't
y'all,
have
you
these
know?
problems if you be honest with yourself. Like, if I'm being honest with you, you should be honest with me. If we could both be honest about shit, because
See,
it depends. It
see
depends
what,
on the.
but when those guys at the barbershop were honest with you, it was just weaponized against them, and they were called soft. So why would I put
Hey,
myself
Shut
look,
out
look.
up,
there?
John. That's the
I
problem.
like how you put it. But look, let me break it down for you. It's not weaponized.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not weaponized. Okay.
Okay.
I got that barbershop that I was at. That's a family owned business. Okay. For number one. Number two, I got two family members. I got an uncle that's the founder, and I got a cousin that works in that bitch too. Now this man makes fun of his own self sabotaging situations. The nigga promotes it. So like he promotes it to a client. He got something to say. And I'm like, God damn, why are you telling the world? I think that should be between, family, your chick, and nobody else. But if you're gonna sit there and have a good laugh about it, joke about it, then keep going on about it, what do you call that? I'll wait.
Oh, I'm for sure respond. I just want to make sure. Nah, don't make it seem like ain't nobody got no responses. I'm just waiting.
Hey, look. I'm waiting for your
respond.
response. I always wait on your response, though.
You know goddamn well. You goddamn right. I'm gonna respond, but I just want to make sure. I want to see what everybody talk about, man, because y'all need to stop this. But I will go ahead, please get it out, please. Anybody else?
Man,
come on, get that out. I want to hear all this. And if it ain't nobody else, I go in. Absolutely not. Right? And it's not to say that there's an issue with that at all. That is most definitely the natural order of things. There is in no way, shape, or form that you can think that men are more emotional than women. And I'm not saying this for it to have a negative light on things, to say that having emotion is bad. But what I'm hearing, and just from people in general and right here, you condemning niggas already, saying they not supposed to have them. You're saying absolutely not. That's too much emotion there. That's all of that. Yes, niggas got emotions. Absolutely. No doubt about it. But they're told to hold them in. So when you see it happening, of course you look at it like it's just too fucking much. There's no way in the world you should have that much in this big ass nigga. Now, granted, I still don't believe that there's any type of comparison when it comes from a woman to what comes from a woman. Excuse me. And my reasoning for saying that is because you're supposed to be the glue. You got that. You're supposed to get that to your children. That's the side of where you at. Men and them niggas don't even know how to deal with that at all. There ain't no way in the world that you would have more than the woman that's actually supposed to push that out to everyone around her. That's a beautiful thing. This shouldn't be negative. This shouldn't even be a bad thing. Not at all. But for sure, there's no way in the world that you can say that men are more emotional than women.
Shit,
I would most definitely push back and say that women handle it a whole hell of a lot better than men do, because they've been taught to. You got to deal with
in this house,
everybody.
I'm the emotional one. I cry watching cartoons. I'm arguing. I'm mad. Shit, I don't give a fuck.
You looking at it because of what you see. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? You're not seeing baby girl feel like she got to hold everybody together. That's the reason why she the more emotional one and the better one at dealing with emotions. Mm-hmm. That's why you don't see it. I'm not saying this like it's a negative thing by all means. I don't want y'all to take that. I'm just saying it's not even comparable. It ain't nothing that we more of than women. Nothing. Absolutely not. Niggas don't hold a candle on nothing. Like, that's the reason why I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Absolutely not. And no, hell no, absolutely not. Now, niggas ain't supposed to. You supposed to hold that in, player. And go talk to your lady about it, because she gonna tell you how to deal with it. Now, if you don't got a lady, I'm sorry, big dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if you don't got one to go and vent this stuff to and pour into that well.
Why you gotta go there, though?
You said why? Because she know how to deal. Because she know how to deal with it, my nigga. She all of that shit. I'm not gonna say it's balled up, but I'm saying that they masters. Like, this is the type of respect you supposed to pay to the woman. They masters at every fucking thing. You go tell her, nigga, she gonna come up with a whole ass plan. That's why ain't niggas came up with no ideas. More times than not, they was laying in the bed with a bitch and baby fed him that idea. Then he went to work and pushed it to him later. Nigga, this shit don't come from men. Like, come on, man. Nah, y'all gotta stop that shit. Hell nah. Yeah, you
So
was in the barbershop. And them
so
niggas probably was tender dicks. Yeah, that's what happened. But but shit, absolutely not. Ain't no way in the world.
so you
I
telling
love
me
y'all, man.
Coretta wrote the "I Have a Dream" Streets for
More than
Mark?
likely. I'll say this. I bet that when he was writing it, he was practicing it with her and she was fucking editing that motherfucker. I bet that. I bet that. Y'all better stop playing, man, and show these women the respect they deserve. Nigga, they holding everything together, big dog.
Well,
Y'all need to
can,
stop that shit. Stop
I
playing,
think I'm
man.
hearing I think I'm hearing you say that the women are more strategic than emotional. Like, I don't think I'm picking up emotional unless I just define emotional a little different.
So
And
tell
I
me how you find emotion.
like when I think about emotional, like especially with men, like because so many of y'all as kids or whatever wasn't able to express your emotions and really feel them and let them move through your body. I feel like y'all let it like sit in your body, and most of the time any negative emotion manifests as anger or rage, right? And any positive emotion, y'all don't even get to say joy. I don't even think I ever heard a black man even say joy. You feel me? Like, it's cool, you know. It don't y'all don't get to go to the different ends of the spectrum when it comes to happy feelings versus bad feelings. Y'all get to stay in that middle zone. It's cool. It ain't never great. It's sometimes good, but most of the time it's cool. And so when I say men are more emotional than women, and like women are more expressive of those emotions,
Mm-hmm.
but men, like y'all don't even know what to do with those feelings because y'all
Yep.
was never taught what to do with those feelings. And I feel so bad. Like, that's why I want a son so bad, because like so many men, and especially black men, was taught to suck that shit up. And
Yep.
what that did to y'all body and what
Yep.
that do to y'all relationships, not even just with other people, but with yourself, makes y'all the most emotional fucking beings on the
Mm-hmm.
planet.
Facts.
So
Yep. That's exactly
yeah.
what I meant earlier when I said I think men are definitely more emotional than women, but they just don't know how to like express their emotions. And it goes back to exactly what you said. Like, they've always been taught to suppress them. You can't be too happy because then that's weird. You can't show that you're sad or hurt because then that's weak. So you're just always in the middle, always
Well,
having bottled up emotions instead of, being able to express them in a healthy way as they occur and as they come.
I
mm,
totally agree.
Bottled up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm breaking up. I was gonna say in response to that, I respect both of what you were saying. I wanted to respond to Jack. What I mean by the fact that I believe that women are more emotional than men. I'm not talking about the fact that whether or not you're using, or showing said emotion, but how everyone counts on you to deal with theirs.
Yeah.
So in
Mm.
like in, like now fact that everyone has to come to you, and now any and in every way that everyone has learned how to deal with said emotion has come
Mm-hmm.
from a woman. So now if in fact you do have an emotionally stable young man, more times than not, the lesson that he got from his father was that that's not something you show, big dog. We don't do that at all. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the side of moms say, hey, that's okay. It's okay for you to do that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's okay for you to do that. And that doesn't mean anything. I I I challenge folks to find someone who will go to somebody and talk to someone who's broke about money. People usually don't do that. What they'll
Yeah.
do is go to somebody who knows how to manage money. You can see it. They got a lot of it. You get what I'm saying? And it's only because they've been constantly dealing with that. Y'all got so much on a regular basis that y'all got to deal with, and niggas can go lackadaisical through their life and not have to, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just be in a space of not caring as being a nigga. But then on a regular basis, once you get to be a certain age as a woman, now you got to deal with your menstruation. Now you got to deal with what people are actually telling you that comes along with being a woman. Now you got to go through the course of your life where folks is telling you that you got to be accepted in order for you to be a good person. When in reference to marriage, you got all these different shit being thrown at you like that, and then on top of that, then you get with a nigga that's trying to pour himself into you, and you got to deal with that. So that's more so my reason for saying that. Everybody around you gonna count on you for emotional stability. That's pretty much where I'm getting at with it. Ain't nobody gonna be throwing that at Pops. So, good luck, y'all. The best of luck. The best of luck.
Let's see. Arlen Ward says that's because of American standards. When we was in Africa, we had dances that told stories and drums to let out joy or pain. We have been Americanized from what we was.
And yet they still left the kids with mom.
Oh yeah, that's definitely no.
You leave mama for that love. Nigga, no matter what country you're in, they with mama. Like that, motherfucker got to be honest about this shit, man. There's a connection, even on the side of just the natural order of things. How you know the kids know to go to the breast to, to get their life source, man. All of that is an emotional connection. You had to get that. Like come on, man. I know this shit ain't going over niggas' heads, man. Like, I mean, that shit is real. That's from the time you born. Niggas don't even be like their daddies. Nigga, they love their mama forever till she go on the ground. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping.
Nah, you ain't tripping. No, you speaking that shit because it's giving both sides of the spectrum. Because of what the two women said earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know y'all names. But that's absolutely correct. You know, when we look at a man and figure like, damn, being this emotional and this but you're absolutely right, OG, when it comes down to women having to put a lot on their shoulders. And that's just
she just called me a motherfucking OG.
I mean, damn, is you not an OG or not?
She's called me a motherfucking OG. Stop the press. Stop. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm playing.
Nah, but for real though, that is absolutely true. You know what I'm saying? Women have to deal with a lot more when it comes down to family, when it comes down to having kids, when it comes down to just seeing everything in the world and how we're being viewed. You know what I'm saying? So it's on men and women, but it's just kind of like it's always a tit for tat when we come back to it. You know what I'm saying? When we come back to this discussion and shit. You know what I'm saying? It may go further like, oh, men may be the topper or the women may be the bottom. So it's kind of just how you put it in perspective when you say it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, all three of y'all said it like damn near on the topic, like right on point.
With y'all, man. We in solidarity in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. This was a great conversation. I definitely appreciate it. We had consistent, like 3-4 viewers this whole time, man. I don't know who y'all are because I can't see who viewing. But if y'all want to drop a comment, a like, even share this shit, because I'm trying to get my subscribers up and shit like that, so we can host in-person podcasts and all kind of shit like that. And I can have a bunch of people come out and we can all shoot the shit together. That'd be dope.
Come on.
I got one more hypothetical. It was kind of like a funny question. I don't know if I really want to have it now that we just got real deep into this conversation. That was a dope conversation. Anybody got anything they want to add tonight? Any current events y'all want to talk about? any questions that y'all wanted to ask people?
Well,
Hey, somebody else talking? I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know that decision over in New York was made as far as CCWs go, people. Um, try to get out, get in your county. Um, try to apply for CCW at this point. They playing games, you know. Counties are playing games. They pushing off people's applications and things like that. But people who don't know what a CCW is, it is a concealed carry weapons permit. What that would allow you to do, it's not to be confused with a FSC, which is a firearm safety certificate. Okay, FSC would allow you to go and buy a gun. A CCW would allow you to carry a gun outside of your household. Okay, so let me just put that up. So now, in the past, the CCW was very complicated to get in the Bay Area for the most part. You go outside of this, sheriffs and counties were more willing to give out CCWs. Just to put things into perspective, San Francisco County, if I'm not mistaken, please don't quote me on this, but I believe they only had 11 in San Francisco County. 11 concealed carry weapons permits issued. There's a lot of people in San Francisco County, and they only had 11. I believe, don't quote me on that, but that's just to put things in perspective. So please go out and try to apply for your concealed carry permit. Is going to become more and more difficult now that decision has come down. And get it while you can, depending on what county you're in. They may do a little pushback at this point to put in a lot more laws and make choices of safe spaces, as I think they're calling them, safe areas.
Question: do you have to get it in the county that you live in, or can you go outside of your county?
No, you have to get it the way you live
no.
in. You have to. Alameda County ain't issued no CCW permits in so long, so we'll see how this goes. Alameda County was one of those, like, really don't fuck with nobody unless you one of them, like, political people rubbing elbows with people, and so we'll see how this goes out here.
Santa Clara, boy, they was if I'm not mistaken, that sheriff was giving them out for like 30,000-40,000. You had to pay her 30,000-40,000 to get a CCW over there, boy. So that's tough, man. But they are going to make it irritating as hell to have a CCW in the future. Just imagine, I guess a good example of that is giving you your license to drive, but you can only drive around your corner. That's it. That's what they tried to do. They're going to make it illegal for you to go inside of stores where they sell alcohol, churches, schools, or around the school, all type of stuff like that. They're getting real petty to try to just pretty much like keep people away from even wanting to carry. They're gonna say you can carry, but you just can't carry here, and here.
You can carry, but there's 99 rules against you carrying all over here, man, and they're gonna try and make it real hard, man. YA said what equipment you need to grow. Hollywood, that is your expertise. My boy wants to know what equipment you need to grow. I don't know.
You're going to want to start off with some seeds.
No, don't get no seeds. Go get you some clones, some teenager plants probably, or some babies. Get you a grow tent, man. Everything come with the grow tent. Get you some nutrients to grow tent, some good soil. You'll be good. The good thing about the day we live in, we can go on YouTube and find out anything. You can go on Google and find out anything. They got auto flowers. They 12 weeks, man, and they do what they do. So you don't even really have to put too much work in the auto flower, or you can go get some clones. But that's neither here nor there, man. Oh, what I need to grow my podcast, not weed. I thought you were talking about weed. My bad.
Wow.
Man, I need more subscribers. I need somebody who really good at editing so I can post these clips on TikTok and Instagram and really get out there to people. I need my YouTube subscribers to get up though, man, and people actually listening. Cause we putting out a good product, man. I really thought this guy was talking about growing weed though. My bad. I got
Going to
one
want
more.
to start with people.
I got one more thing, man. It says if two of your homies passed and you knew the bodies that they had caught, you were finna serve a life sentence. Would you give the feds the info due to them not being on Earth any longer? And is it really considered snitching? And I'm going with him first. I want to hear him, what he got to say. Is y'all still here?
Well, I guess he left.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I would, cause my friends would give me the permission anyway.
mm-mm.
But yeah,
Y'all was talking to me?
Oh man, I thought
a long time ago.
yeah, man, I thought YA wanted to know how to grow a tree. And I was like, oh, he need to talk to Hollywood because Hollywood, that's his expertise right now. But
But
he
that
wasn't
wasn't
talking
even
about
the
growing a tree.
question. So
He was talking about growing my podcast.
What y'all talking about now?
I just asked you a whole question.
right.
Oh, did you? What was
You
the
wasn't
question?
even
I'm sorry.
here.
I'm sorry.
I said,
Basically, if you was
Yeah,
about
that's
to get
something
a
we can
life,
get.
Damn.
who is FaceTime in the group right now? Lord.
I'm not even. I didn't hear it. Cool.
that FaceTime everybody.
Y'all in and out. I can hear y'all now. I couldn't hear y'all before.
I said, who the fuck is that FaceTime? And they was FaceTiming the group like 15 times.
Damn, who the fuck is that? I don't know. I don't think I'm in that group.
Shit, I think everybody that's in the group then left to answer it. Shit. Well, yeah, man. This has been the podcast about nothing. We've been on an hour and 40 minutes. I appreciate everybody in the comments. I love you, cuz. I love you, YA, man, for dropping that. Yeah, I'm out of here.